All right, I'm standing here with DesRow, the winner of the last match. Everybody want to give it up for DesRow? Yeah. Yeah, give it up. All right, so DesRow, you are guaranteed into the grand final now. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I'm looking forward to doing new builds versus Winter.
So yeah, it sounds like you're anticipating Winter to be coming back to try and dethrone you twice. He's gonna have to win 2 matches in a row in order to claim the first seed spot.
Winter is one of the best players here. There's a few gems, but they're not as active as they used to be. I think Yoshi's a good player. Unfortunately, he's slowing down the tournament a little bit with his mech play, so we're all like rooting against him for that purpose, but we'll see what happens.
So games 1 and 2 kind of went a little bit quickly, and then in game 3, you said that you were going to kind of extend things a little bit, and then you kind of went all carrier there. What was going on with that?
So the carrier build kind of sucks for that map, but so I wanted to do it on Nimbus on game 2, but then I told myself like, I kind of gotta give one to Winter, try to make it fun, and then he has a really good Roche link push. You saw that in game 4. It was really close to losing. It's really hard to hold. So he's got a few hidden talents there that I underestimated him a little bit. So
let's talk about that Roachling push in game 4. It looked like you were trying to have a wall off with a Zealot there, and he wasn't quite on hold position. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of Zerglings, and they add Carapace +1, so it makes my Zealot very cost inefficient. And this build is just a mass Phoenix build. It's good versus Hydras, not versus Roaches, and versus Lynx. And I was trying to hide a few Phoenixes for after, because I thought I would defend it a lot easier. It didn't go that way, so he did pretty good damage. And I think he thought he was going to win until he saw the 4 Colossus. Then he realized how far behind he was. So, because it's always easy to see the game when you're spectating, but inside our minds it's totally different. And so he's got a good warrior spirit, though. He doesn't quit until the end. It was kind of cool to see him last until he had Vipers. And what did you think of my Nexus wall?
That was interesting. We did point that out. So were those more mana, or were those actually going to be strategic?
I mean, it kind of like blocked him off, so it served both purpose. I'm probably going to dance in the finals, my units. I hope he doesn't get too salty. I know Winter likes salty food over sweet food, so.
Well, thanks a lot for talking to us. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you in the grand final. And as DesRow predicts, it will be Winter and himself in the grand final, so we'll see if that's actually what happens, but we really appreciate it. Good luck to you in the grand final.
Thank you for watching, guys.
All right.
Why don't we grab Winter for an interview here real quick, since we have some time to kill while we're waiting for Yoshi. Come on, Winter.
Winter's going to come up. Thanks a lot. All right, the crowd favorite. That's got to be, yeah. All right. So tell me what happened in that match.
Well, to start off, game number 1, I'm thinking back. Oh, I practiced several times against a Phoenix Gateway build. A lot of times. I was so ready for that. But then he throws me the curveball with the War Prism, and I was just wondering how I hadn't thought of that so many times when I faced that build. That's extremely smart. It just threw me a little bit off center. I still kind of almost broke through, but obviously he had the upper hand there in the decision making. Game 2, well, I made an Evo chamber instead of a Roach one to try to hold Blink Stalkers, which isn't great. And also, I mean, I was just feeling a little bit off center. Game 3, obviously you mentioned carriers not the best on that map at all. Actually, they're terrible. They can work, but I think he knew when he saw the Roachling push coming that it was going to be a loss, and he was okay with that. And then finally in game number 4, I started feeling like I was playing pretty well. I was pretty happy with what I was doing. Still started bleeding out a few too many units to the Phoenixes, which is a common issue I have, so that's something I got to work on. Always just losing another Overlord or another Hydra. If I can attack with like 10 more Hydras, then maybe I do a lot more damage, but overall, he was about a step ahead of me so far, but I'm more of a marathon runner, so eventually I'll catch up.
All right, you do have a marathon ahead of you, too, as you're going to be going into the loser's bracket, winning against whoever takes the Seijin, Yoshi, and then that's going to be going into Spider Slayer versus that winner, and then that winner will be going up against you. So you've got a little bit of time to prepare for your next match. Who do you think you're going to be facing?
How much time do you have today? All right, probably Spider Slayer.
Yeah, that's right, because Yoshi had to go home last year, right? He kind of...
Well, I don't know what game they're in right now, but they're about 50 minutes in. He had 100 turrets or so.
Yeah, I believe that this is in Game 3 now. Oh, it's over? So Yoshi has won, I've just been told. So it will be Spider Slayer versus Yoshi in the next matchup. So you think it's going to be Spider Slayer who takes that match, though?
I hope so.
For
For my sake.
All right, but do you think that you're going to be able to handle Spider Slayer pretty well? I mean, you were able to handle him previously in the tournament.
Yeah, I think I'll see DesRow again very soon, or well, maybe in like 2 hours, but who knows?
Yeah. So in the grand final, you do have to beat him in 2 matches in a row. Do you think you are up to the task?
Are those best of 3s?
Best of 5s.
2 best of 5s in a row. Who designed this? All right. Well, I'm gonna have to learn how to play Swarm Host, I think. All right, I'm gonna go practice.
All right, so Winter's going to go practice with his Swarm Host and take some break. Are you going to get some food or anything?
I'm gonna finish off my 6-inch sub. I wasn't really feeling like committing to a foot long earlier, but you know what I mean. But maybe in a little bit. We'll see how the day takes me, you know.
All right, well, thanks so much for talking to us, and we'll see you in the match after the next match that we cast, and we'll be hopefully getting that set up relatively short here, so stick around. We'll be right back.